Hi, Blake with BLVDHOME, and today we're going to talk about leveling and the importance of leveling washing machines. You know, dryers too, but mostly the wash machines, because if you don't level a wash machine properly, you can create yourself lots of issues, because inside most wash machines, top loads and even front loads, basically the tub is floating in the middle of the case. It's either suspended by rods, or if you have an older one, you have basically a base plate or some type of, they call them a milk stool, that basically sits in the bottom that the whole inner part's right on. Well, you have to think about the inside of a wash machine, especially a top load like a top. When you spin a top, it's going to self-right, meaning it's going to spin upright until it loses speed. Well, if your case is leaning one way or the other way, as the machine starts to spin, that inner part of the tub is going to straighten up. So if your case is laying like this and your tub spins up like this, then you start cutting it really close to the case and it starts hitting it, and it starts making all this clanking noises and banging noises that nobody really wants to hear when their wash machine is doing its thing and spinning the clothes out. So the proper thing to do is to make sure the machine is leveled so you don't have that problems and it does spin right. Now, with a lot of these wash machines, a lot of the newer ones, they want to make them nice and neat, kind of like the one behind us. You know, they have these really nice curved lids on it. Well, because it's a curved lid, you don't measure the level off this lid, because if you do, it's going to be wrong. And even the case here is slightly bowed, because that's just the way it goes to match the lid. So when you level these machines, you always want to level from the front and from the sides on these machines. There are two different types of leveling feet they're using on current washing machines. This particular one has a neoprene, or it's a nylon type leg on it. This type of leg that's on this, it digs into the sheet metal of the frame, so when you turn it down, it basically turns extremely hard, and then when you stop it, basically it grips it and the leg won't move. So if you slide the machine in or out, it won't twist very easily. It's kind of a little bit better system, but the older machines or some other manufacturers, they use legs like this. Now, this is a very common leg seen on a lot of appliances. With this type of leg, you have this nut that you can see as I'm turning right here in the middle of it. Now, this nut right here is what's referred to as the jam nut. Now, this jam nut, basically when you run the leg down or you adjust the leg down to the height you need, then you run this nut right here, you tighten it up against the frame of the washing machine. At that point, it locks this leg or jams this leg in place so it can't move. So when you slide the machine out, if you have to do cleaning back there, something falls behind there, this prevents the legs from moving, so when you slide it back into place, it doesn't wobble and you don't have to worry about adjusting it. Now, if you don't lock this in place, I will guarantee you this type of leg will twist on you as you're sliding it across your floor. When you put it back, the machine will rock. When you level a washing machine, you have those small little torpedo levels, the little small 6-inch levels or 8-inch levels. I don't recommend using those, because the washing machine is fairly long, and if you take a torpedo level, they only measure a short span of the washing machine or the dryer or anything else you're leveling. So you want to take a longer level. This is approximately about a 3-foot level. You want to measure it with something like this, something that has a couple different sight glasses on it. That way, when you look at it on the machine, you can know for sure the machine is level, because you have a greater distance that is actually measuring and making it more level, therefore making it more stable on your floor. When you're measuring this, you always want to take and measure the front part of your machine right here. Put it tight up against the machine and measure it. Now, sometimes you'll get a little bit of a belly on the machines here. So you want to measure it here, but the most accurate place is right here on the corner where you have the bend, because this right here is the place that is the most stable. So basically you can put it here and measure it here. Now, looking at this machine, we are leaning backwards. Both bubbles are looking the same. So we know that there's no bow right here, no bend in here, but we know for sure that we're leaning back because we're using both bubbles instead of one little small one on your typical torpedo level. After you do that, then you're also going to put this on the side of the machine, same spot. So here we're leaning a little bit, as you're looking at the machine, you're leaning it toward me on this side. So this would be the left as you're looking at the machine itself. So we know, looking at this, because the machine is leaning this way, that this back left corner is the lowest spot on this washing machine, because it's leaning this way and also leaning backwards. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to adjust the rear leveling leg on this, the rear left, kick it up, kicks it forward, and also kicks it that direction a little bit, and then we'll adjust the other legs from there. Okay, this particular machine we are leveling, this is a Maytag top load machine. Maytag has done some nice things. They've basically made the leg down here, there's a lot of space between the leg itself and the bottom of the leg, so you can easily get something in there, crescent wrench, something of that variety, to be able to get in there to turn the legs very easily. This is an old trick that I learned a long time ago, and I've taught a lot of my technicians this trick, and it saves them lots of time. So what I normally do is I take my level, I know where it is, and then what I'll do is basically I will lean my wash machine one way or the other, and then I will take my my knee or something of that variety, or a helper, and then I will take and put the level underneath the machine and just set the wash machine right on it. That way I have lots of room to work under here, to be able to adjust the leg and get a wrench underneath there and get it freed up to kind of get it roughly where it needs to be. And it saves your back and it saves you a lot of time from having to try to hold it up and try to do it, because it can be a real pain. So in this one, we don't need this, but just thought I'd show you for, for your own use. So at this point, we're going to level this machine forward. We're going to start on this leg here. Use your crescent wrench. As we're raising this leg up, the machine is going to basically cantilever to one side. So what you're going to do is grab the front of the machine and kind of hold it down. You can see that wobble in it now. So you're going to want to hold this down so it's against the front legs, and then we're going to put the level up against this to see if we're level or not. Okay, so that's not quite there, so we're just going to raise this one up just a little bit more. Do the same thing, gently hold it down, check our level. We're level front to back. Now you're gonna say, well, why are you doing that? Why aren't you adjusting both of them? Well, I'm making it easy on myself because I know that this leg now is in the right position, that we're front to back. When I'm holding it right here, I know that we're correct. All I need to do now is go around to the other side and just run the leg down so it touches the floor. I don't have to worry about putting a level on it, because once it touches the floor and snug to the floor, I know that it's level. We got that back leg adjusted, so it's just touching the floor. Now, when you push on this, now it doesn't wobble. This is just kind of inaccurate because we know that at this point it doesn't wobble, but don't rely on the wobble test. All it means is it's sitting on your floor so it doesn't rock. So at this point, we're gonna take and put our level right here on this corner right here and check it. And we are perfectly level that direction. And we're gonna put it here. And just that little adjustment of that back leg, we're perfectly level here. So at this point, this machine is level and ready to go, ready to wash and do everything. Now, again, if I put this on the top, you're gonna see that this thing is not even close to being level. So again, don't rely on the lid on these machines. Always rely on the case to make sure you level this properly. So as you can visually see now, where this wash machine is now level, you can see the difference in the dryer here. You can see the dryer is still leaning to the left. When you look at it from the side, you'll see how far that it is leaning backwards compared to the wash machine also. This is an optical illusion. Don't let this fool you. This is level, this is not. If this machine was hooked up, this is be the time that you could go ahead and start washing with it. You're gonna see how much of a change there actually is once you do this. So make sure you do this and do this properly. I hope this video was helpful. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them below in the comment sections. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you again real soon.